everyone, my name is Marianne and welcome to another episode of Skill to Chill. Skill to Chill is a series where I talk to different college students about what their talents and hobbies are and how they acquired it. So we basically want people to embrace all their skills and realize there's so much more to life than academics. So join with me today, we have Akanksha. Akanksha is one of my best friends from school. We've basically been in school together for about 9 years, and being Indians and going to an American school, we were lucky enough to experience a different type of education system compared to what, let's say, like Indian students get here in India or Indian students got in Oman. So we were pretty lucky to be in an American school. And we studied in a community which embraced all types of learning and not just what people say, the generic type of learning. So Akanksha, on to you, what is your skill to chill?
So recently I've developed a new liking for jogging. I recently started about like 6 months ago, and it's just like one of those things when I'm like, really bored or just have nothing to do, or I'm like maybe even have like way too much to do. It's kind of something that takes my mind off of what's going on, and it's really nice. I enjoy jogging from like 10 minutes to like an hour. It's really nice.
Okay. And did you take up anything in school? Like, did you have any sports that you were interested in school that you took up?
Like in high school or just yeah, so I really enjoyed swimming in high school, and basketball as well.
Okay. Do you think that like sports is underrated at this point in time, like in the present day? Do you think it's underrated or overrated? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it really depends on where you are. I know a lot of countries like America, they put a lot of emphasis on sports, and in India, they probably do not. I think it is important to emphasize sports wherever you are. I don't think it can be too overrated, but I think it is underrated in some countries. I think people focus on just academics, and that doesn't really give you all the skills that you need in life. I feel like being a part of like any sport you like is just like, I don't know, it gives you a lot of skills like teamwork and like, I don't know, just like working with others. I think it's just really nice. And if you're doing an individual sport, it really like something that excites you, gives you passion. It's just gives you a different feeling from what academics does. So I think it's really useful.
Would you say that's the reason you took up swimming and basketball in the first place?
Yeah, in terms of swimming, it was more like a passion. I realized like from a young age, I was like really good at it. And it was, I mean, in academics, I was like, I was pretty okay, but like swimming, it was like really nice. And it like, I don't know, it was just so nice to have like a team and like work with them. But at the same time, swimming is so individual. It's like I could set like goals for myself and like really work on myself, something I really enjoyed. So I think that really like drives my like passion for swimming.
Yeah. Did you ever feel like you have like lost motivation to do a certain skill? Like, for example, jogging or swimming or basketball. Like, were there days where you're just like, okay, like I don't want to do it anymore?
Oh my God. Not like I don't want to do it anymore for like ever, but like just some days where I'm just like, you know what, like I don't have the energy or just like not in the mood to like jog at all. Like, I think I just need a break, but in that time I'd find something like else to do, like yoga, something I'm like still passionate about, but not as passionate as jogging. And then once that like whole phase goes away, I'm like, oh my God, I need to jog again. You know, like that's how I kind of knew that like it was something I really liked, because I like could not go without it for so long, and I kind of still wanted to like keep jogging.
When it came to like we're Indians, and we're Indian family and stuff. Did you meet people in your family or your extended family that were like surprised? I don't want to say surprised, but like, you know, they were kind of like shocked to see that like you did things that were not in like the generic education system. Like you did stuff other than studying and you were really good at it. Like, were there people out there who like, you know, actually thought about that and were like, oh my gosh, you're not just studying, you do stuff other than studying?
Yeah, so my family, they were not like shocked, but I think they were just like super proud when I got into like swimming, because they've all been educated in India, and in India they never had like the opportunity to like do sports outside of school. So the fact that like I started swimming and I was good at it, it was something that like they were all super proud of, super excited. Like my family would talk to other people about it. Like they were like, oh wow, like look, like my daughter or like my granddaughter, she's like really good at swimming. So I don't think there was any like opposition, but I think that like they were all just like super supportive, and it was something that they'd never done. So I think they were like really happy about it.
Yeah. So like you say that like people are like surprised and stuff like that. So do you think that in the future, like people should implement like different sports and like, you know, different ways of like promoting team building and trust within like different friends in different types of ways other than just education? Like, do you think that should be implemented more in the current education system?
Like including sports into like school basically, or yeah, I think it's really important actually, not only for skills, but it gives you such of like, I don't know, like the sense of like freedom to do something that you like. And if they have like multiple sports choices, like someone can pick what they really like and then focus on that. And I think it also a really nice way to like be with your friends like outside of academics things, because I remember like being in basketball, like I had so much fun like being with you and like all our other friends too. I think it was just like, it was really fun, it was exciting, and like rather than being so stressed all the time with schoolwork and things like that, I think that having sports outside is fun, but also like gives you a lot of skills that you could like require later on.
Do you ever feel like there's a limit to how many skills you can acquire, or if there isn't a limit, like if you say there isn't a limit, do you ever feel like if someone acquired too many skills, they would just like they'd be confused with where they are at life and like lose interest in everything and not really have like a personal identity?
I don't think there is a limit. I think that like if we're talking about skills in terms of like hobbies, they're just things that you can do on this like side, and as long as you can manage your time, I think that like, I don't know, I don't think that like skills can be limited. Like if you have a focus in life and you're like, oh, like I want to like go to school, major in this, whatever, but I do have like 5 other hobbies, I think that like you shouldn't get sidetracked to your hobbies, but I think your hobbies should be there to like keep you grounded while you're on a certain track. But it doesn't really matter how many, as long as like someone can like manage it and like enjoys it, and as long as they don't like overexert themselves trying to do it.
And lastly, what is some advice that you'd give to the younger generation in terms of like finding something that you're passionate about, finding some sort of hobby?
I'd say that if you're completely lost and you want to take up a hobby, I'd just like Google something and like see all the different types of hobbies out there. And if something even sounds like remotely interesting, like give it a shot, try it out. Like you never know what can come from like doing anything. Like for me, my goal was probably just to stay a little bit more active, especially during quarantine, because I was just sitting on my butt all day long. So I just thought, like, they said like jogging is really good for you. So I was really nervous at first, but once I started it, I think that like you don't realize what you like until you try it out. Like there's always a first time, and you may not be like right when you do it the first time, but like, you know, just give it a shot, and I think that it'll turn out for the better later on.
Well, thank you so much, Akanksha, for joining me today for this episode, and thank you everyone for watching this episode. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and visit our website slaylife.in to know more about us. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.